had to switch the phone. Go back to the article I was reading, and we were talking about a lot of these market fluctuations can be would be strong, not can, it would be strong fluctuations, and a lot of buyers will feel it, and they won't like it. A lot of new buyers, let me say, a lot of new buyers will kind of be intimidated by that. And it is because it's because the market, they didn't get used to this market. They didn't get used to the heavy fluctuations. They didn't get used to what is really happening in the market, right? So they would be scared. They'll think like, hey, it's gonna go 80% down. We are going to be at a loss for a very long time, right? And that is, but because the OGs know how to emotionally deal with this market, they're prepared for it, and because of that, they've been holding 10 years and above. They have seen the $10,000. They have seen Bitcoin going down to $1,000 or $2,000. They have seen 20,000. They have seen the 5,000 again. They have seen 69,000. They've seen the 15,000 that we were last bear market. They have seen now the market over 100,000, 128,000, and they've seen it now at 80,000 or 85,000, whatever it is, right? So these sellers, the new buyers right now that are buying around 80, 90, they don't know how to deal with that. They're gonna think like, oh wow, it came down from 128,000. We're gonna buy it here, and this thing is just gonna fly to 200, 300, and stay above that, and we're gonna see $1 million. No, no, no. Before you see the $1 million, you're probably gonna see 200,000. It's probably gonna come back to 110,000. It's gonna go down to 220,000. It's gonna come down to, I don't know, 110, 115,000, 20,000. That is what this market does. It punishes those who have no emotional control, those who did not get used to this market. They're going to see that pain, and they're going to be scared. They're going to be intimidated. They don't know how to deal with that. They don't have that. And that's what he's talking about. Hey, it's the first time, basically Peter Schiff is saying it is the first time that the market can observe $1,000 Bitcoin sells without the charts being looking like it's going to hell. But also, the number of new whales are going crazy. The data is showing there's like new buyers stepping in, seeing this as an opportunity, and buying like crazy amount of Bitcoin. All right, it's a good thing and it's a bad thing too, because hey, do we know how they're gonna handle that pressure? Do we know how they're gonna deal with that? We don't know. We're not sure how they would be able to deal with that kind of like emotional pain. All right. Right. That's what he's talking about. Owen Gandon, one of the earliest long-term Bitcoin holder, cashed out selling his entire stash of 11,000 Bitcoin. Learn that. And how much did he cash out? Selling his entire 11,000 Bitcoin gave him $1.3 billion in October and November. So he kept selling it. All right. Not only him, Robert Kiyosaki, that you guys know, that wrote the book, best-selling book, Rich Dad Poor Dad, sold his, probably I think his entire Bitcoin that he had, about $2.25 million. It's not huge. It's only $2.2 million, but he's out of the market. Kiyosaki said that his purchase of Bitcoin, he will purchase Bitcoin when he did purchase when it was about $6,000. So whatever he bought it. The buying price was 6,000 Bitcoin. So he sold in really, really good profit. Bitcoin, and sold it at 90,000 level. You can see it, 90. He been holding it. He did not care when, probably when he bought 6,000, it probably went to $1,000, $2,000, but he doesn't care. He's there to hold it. He's a long term holder. He does not care. He took the risk, and that risk paid off. Basically, that's what they're saying, right? I am still very bullish and optimistic on Bitcoin, and will begin acquiring more with my positive cash flow, right? So he is willing to buy it at a higher price later date, or maybe lower price if it goes down to 50,000. The strong selling pressure from long-term holders, cash out, and leverage liquidations in crypto derivatives market, the main focus on driving the short-term downturn. Analyst at the crypto exchange Bitfinex said Bitcoin's fundamentals remain strong and attractive to institutional investors who will continue to adopt Bitcoin and drive demands, according to Bitfinex analysis. However, retail investors will likely sell their Bitcoin at the first sign of trouble. Vinit Bhatki, CEO of venture firm Sigma Capital, told Cointelegraph, adding that this lack of conviction among the retail investors will drive 70% drawdowns in the next bear market. And it's normal, 70%. Most likely, if the smart man, let's say somebody like Robert Kiyosaki, or somebody like the person who the for OG who just got out, cashing out $1.3 billion. If he just wanted to leave off, even if it goes down to 50,000 Bitcoin, he wouldn't care. He wouldn't care selling his entire Bitcoin stash, right? Because he could just leave it off, spend it, buy a house or buy something else. The price goes up, the price goes down, maybe add a little bit, right? But maybe he had an opportunity somewhere else that he wanted to add it. Man, I have some rights, but they all got alcohol. I don't buy alcohol for nobody. All right. So let's see what they tell me. Then we live streaming and we are hustling. So maybe that's the reason why you should help me, guys. Watch some of the videos and do some of the likes. That's just will be appreciated, and for your support, guys. I would definitely appreciate your support if you do that for me. All right, let's see what else we got. Didn't we read this? I think we read it. They repeated it twice. All right, let's see what Coinbase is talking about. All right. I appreciate you guys if you kind of watch some of my video. I need a lot of watch hours, but otherwise we are hustling. You know what I mean? Doing some Walmart deliveries for now. Let's see this article. This article is about Coinbase and how Coinbase's latest deal turned a 10x token boom into costly lesson for retail traders. And that's a terrible thing. Like, do not trust exchanges that are too big. All right, I will take your money. They don't care. They gotta make money to survive. They gotta make money to stay, or to make sure they don't go underwater. They gotta do something better. They gotta do something, right? And you don't be the exit liquidity for them. Coinbase spent 2025 positioning itself as the infrastructure layer for retail crypto access, onboarding teams and technologies that could accelerate its everything exchange vision. November 21st announced that it acquired Victor.fun, Solana's fastest moving DEX aggregator, fit the pattern. Acquire the Rails, Sunset the product. Okay, integrate the speed. What is that? But the deal carve out unusual expectations. While Coinbase Vector's team and infrastructure, the Tensor Foundation retained the NFT marketplace and the Tensor token. Oh, Tensor token. Okay. Token holders keep their governance rights but lose the asset that justified the token's existence. So, hey, hold your token, but hey, now you are part of Coinbase, and Coinbase doesn't give you the whole reason why you existed. The separate raises equation. Okay, the separation raises equation. If liquidity holders capture value from acquisitions, while token holders get stripped out of a core concept with no compensation, why buy tokens from Coinbase platform at all? Tensor traded at 0.034 or basically 4 cents on November 19th, down 92 year to date. By November 20th, it spiked to 36 cents on 11-fold gain in 48 hours. Volume spiked from month of a sub 10 million days to 735 million in November 19th. Then $1.9 billion on November 20th. As of November 21st, Tencent down 37% in 24 hours, going back to 15 cents, logging 960 million in selling volume. Huge. The pattern suggested a classic front running. Someone knew, someone bought it, and the retail arrived late. That is the thing. Like if you see a coin that is going crazy 200, 300, 400% before you buy it, before you risk your own money, you have to question yourself, is this the right time to buy? Am I going to be a liquidity exit liquidity? Are they just they already front ran, they bought it, they knew something, they put their own money there, and now you're gonna be the holder that's going to hold this token at a loss for a very long time. That speed matters for Coinbase DEX trading integrations, which needs to complete with native Solana apps that onboarding users directly into the high velocity trading. And that's one thing they've been lacking. I don't know if you use Coinbase platforms, but they're really bad at Solana tokens. They're really bad at Solana tokens. I've lost some money that I have never seen it again, just evaporated, just because they don't have the support. The system do not work with Solana tokens really good. Separating the two makes talking about the DEX though, not like the normal exchange. Obviously, you can buy some coins on the normal Coinbase wallet, but the Coinbase DEX wallet, or the normal app, that one you do not have. They don't support the entire Solana chain. Some of the meme coins, a lot of the whenever you buy in a coin, you don't get you don't get everything. Like some of the coins will not execute. Some of the buying will not execute, and some of the buys will just get lost. All right. Oh man, I'm dealing with this flu, and around sunset times, that is when it goes crazy. So that's what we're dealing with. And now for them buying that whole thing and separating the token from, because they're trying to launch their own token, right? And once they integrate into Solana, they know Solana token, Solana itself, the chain itself could be really high liquidity um, area. Like it's interesting. It's like everybody wants to be into Solana. Imagine 2024, if you are early on Solana tokens, the Solana meme coin madness. That probably drained a lot of the liquidity we're looking for. And now you look at every main token or meme coin that went crazy on Solana is now tracing down like 60, like really crazy numbers. You know what I mean? They're really down. They're all really down. 70, 80. Like yesterday we checked it, and the amount of coins that are down is like crazy, right? Hadera also, Hadera, should we read Hadera? Don't worry about Hadera. I don't like discussing specific coins. I don't really care what they do. ATM farm weighs about $1,000 million sale. Okay, let's read. This could be interesting. Let's read this one. Mm, I don't care what these specific coins do. I really want to see what's happening in the market. I did not check today. Twitter, I don't go on Twitter that much anymore. So, not interested Twitter. Bitcoin ATM farm weighing about 100 million sell following money laundering charges. Chicago-based crypto dispensary says it's considering 100 million sell just days after the farm and its founder were hit with money laundering charges. That's crazy. If you're starting a business, you gotta stay safe and honest. ATM, Bitcoin ATM operator with crypto dispensary says it's considering $100 million sale of the company. Both the company and the founder CEO Firaz Isa were charged with an alleged 10 million money laundering scheme earlier this week. Crypto dispensary and Isa pleaded in not guilty to a charge. Crypto dispensary Aka Virtual Assets LLC, a Chicago-based operator of an ATM that let users buy and send Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, say Friday that it is weighing a potential sale valued around $100 million. The announcement came just days after the U.S. Department of Justice filed a charges both against both the company and the founder and CEO Firaz Isa, alleging that they had perpetrated a 10 million money laundering scheme. Crypto dispensary and the Isa have pleaded not guilty to a single money laundering conspiracy charge against tech against each, which holds maximum sentence of 20 years in federal prison. Bitcoin looks like Bitcoin is spiking, passing 85,000. Hopefully, we don't go back. I don't want to go back under 84, honestly. The DOJ filing alleged that Isa and his company received funds from victims and criminals through a Bitcoin ATM despite knowing your customer KYC requirements meant to prevent money laundering. Prosecutors claim that ISA converted these illicit funds into cryptocurrencies and transferred them to each to each wallet. So basically, hey, make it a crypto and change it instead of cash. If convicted, Isa and his company would face asset forfeit, including all property involved in the alleged money laundering, with the government able to pursue substitute assets if necessary. Crypto Dispensary said Friday that it would evaluate the potential sale valued at about $100 million, and it has retained advisors to support the review and consolidation accelerates across the cash to crypto and digital asset infrastructure sector. This review is about to understand the next surge of growth of determine with which path creates the most value for the platform we have built is a same investment. So basically, a money laundering charges. They've been. Good luck. It's better for him because at this time, yeah, it's a huge crime, but at the same time it came to a moment when the entire United States government, if you're clean and you got nothing against you, the government is not just gonna persecute you just because you're in crypto. This time is about legalizing everything, and hey, we want America to be the crypto capital of the world. So yeah. So let's see what happens. Sorry guys, I'm still watching my rides. If I get a good ride, I will just go pick it up. Okay. Da, da, da. All right. Coinbase initiated a movement to transfer its internal Bitcoin and Ethereum wallets, a process that the exchange is describing as part of its ongoing security strategy aiming at reducing the long term exposure of digital assets. The companies report that the transfer recorded a high volume movement on chain were maintenance operations that had been planned long in advance. Coinbase verified that the migration is not related to the breach, external threat, or responses to existing market conditions. So basically, they're kind of upgrading, and they've been saying it, especially the Web3 side of Coinbase have been under. I mean, they've been notifying everybody, hey, we're gonna move some stuff, you may lose some assets, um transfer you Web3. I've tried to transfer some, but I can't transfer all because Ethereum is don't have Ethereum to a lot of Ethereum in my wallet right now. Large on-cell transfer expected during migrations. The wallet rotation involved transferring the assets from all Coinbase managed addresses to the new eternal wallets, which were connected to the exchange's personal custody. By then, blockchain intelligence services had already identified most of the source wallets, making it simple to monitor ongoing operations. Coinbase disclosed that it is also in possession of a new wallets and that they are part of the eternal quality assurance overall. And just remember that some of this movement is really important for security. Um, it's a big company. Everybody knows their wallets. People are trying actively to target large wallets. If they can break and steal the money, so it's important for especially the hot wallets and even the cold wallets. It's important to move every time, kind of like move to a new, more secure wallets, a wallet that nobody knows, you haven't transferred anything to, just to make sure your stuff is safe, because hey, that's all you have. So there's a lot of people just keep their stuff in crypto, so you gotta know. Keep moving. People are actively trying, if they can, to take everything away from you. According to the company, the purpose implied that customers would witness large BTC and ETH transfers throughout the network, and it could cause, if they don't explicitly say we are moving this amount of Bitcoin into our new wallets, and they don't say when, how much, all that stuff, then they don't produce they don't make the new wallets public. People are gonna, the fear will just cause the market so much, because if nobody knows why wallets are moving, why, and because the original wallets are known, and everybody knows how much Bitcoin is in there, all that stuff, and probably that's why they just taking precautions. Coinbase also reported that it would not have to put its services offline, stating that trading and transfer would not be impacted during the process. The exchange further confirmed that the update has nothing to do with the changing market prices or the development. So they say, hey, don't worry, we're not just doing this because we're underwater. We're just doing this for security and making sure the custom fans are safe, and the company fans, because hey, my belief is that When bear market starts, we are going to see a lot of scrutiny again around surrounding exchanges. Remember, one of the big thing was after the failure of whatever that coin's name was. I mean, exchange name was. Everybody was talking about, oh, crypto.com is gonna be the next to fail. Transfer, get your stuff out of that exchange. Blah blah blah. There will be some exchanges that will misuse funds. It will always happen, and the market is really good at spotting those specific exchanges and forcing them to be underwater, like basically finding out and crashing the market to hurt them, just like we flushed out billions and trillions of dollars of loans and who what your liquidation is really the market is really good finding out where your liquidation is, and they will get you up. And that's the whole thing of the transparency and whatever, because hey, no wallet or no exchange is completely um private. There's nothing privacy, although now we have some that are claiming to be, hey, you can put longs and nobody would be able to see your longs and all that stuff. No, this is I'm not gonna pick that up. I'm actively on trying to do some hustling here, okay? So bear with me, guys. So that's what it's happening. Solar Bitcoin. Oh, this was a new one. Did we read this? Sorry, I thought I read this article. Solar Bitcoin miner beats 180 million to 1 odds for full PTC reward. See, that's what they. Woo! Good luck. Congrats to this person. In one of the rarest events seen in modern mining, a small hobbyist Bitcoin miner running at just 6 hashes per second, just a small amount, managed to solve a full BTC block against the overwhelming statistical odds. Using the solo CK mining pool, the miner secured three full Bitcoin. What? In rewards and fees for worth nearly $265,000. Where else that can happen? No else. That's the magic of Bitcoin. It's like, hey, every machine is trying to solve the blocks, and nobody knows which machine. And it doesn't matter how much equipment you put in that mining, whatever it is, and it doesn't matter how long you are running these machines. It does not matter. You just you will get as lucky as anybody else. A win against astronomical odds. The probability of miner with such a minimal hash rate discovered a block in extraordinarily low. Today's network size, the chance was roughly 1 in 180 million, making this one of the luckiest solar mining blocks in recent memory. Modern Bitcoin block production is dominated by massive mining pools running hundreds of X, X house shares, whatever that is, per second. Against this backdrop, a lone 6 ETH machine representing a statistical around era, yet the randomness of Bitcoin proof of work algorithm made it improbable possible. The improbable possible. It's magic. Speaking to see, now that guy can, or that person can just invest that majority of that money by buying more mining machines, and hey, now he can't be a solo anymore. Uh, Run as many machines as you can. You could be lucky. Congrats to that person. Congratulations. Yeah, I think I was talking about how TGL token is approaching. Um, I don't know what this is, but anyways, yeah. What is this? Hmm. I don't even know what that is. Never mind. Dun 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 dun. 1 hour ago, three returned. No, we don't talk specific coins. U.S. government shutdown over. Um, mm, we read that. We read most of the important things today. Um, I it's a prayer time for me, so I don't want to stay here too long. I'll let you guys go. Thank you so much. If you have watched, please, please, please help me out by watching as many of my little videos as possible. My community is very small and tiny, and it's by chances, not nothing. Nobody is just like a real community for me. If you can join it, you appreciate it. Um, we got a month now, 1 month now, basically December and 8 more days to just keep pushing every single day, live streaming. Nothing is gonna get better. I'm realizing that hey, YouTube live stream doesn't really matter. It doesn't build community that much, but it is what it is. I'll add more months if it's needed. I will still keep live stream and keep going to live stream. It's about changing your minds about the moment until 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 I reach the goal of getting this YouTube channel up running. All right, excuse me. But until then, we're just gonna take it one step at a time. We'll take it easy. We'll build our knowledge of what we can do, what we can do better, how we can produce content without making it fake or just useless content. If my content isn't gonna help anybody, then it should not be a content for me. Let me see. Let me see. What is this talking about? Strategy. So, can MicroStrategy survive clarification as Bitcoin investment vehicle? The company which transformed itself from a steady enterprise software provider into the largest corporation, world's largest corporation holder of BTC, is facing a convergence of headwinds that threatens the structure mechanism of its valuation. For years, the Tyson's corner-based farm operated with strict. Sorry, guys, I can barely see. Um, that's an age creating issue for me. The distinct advantage that allowed its equity to trade at a significant premium to the net asset value of a NAV on its Bitcoin holdings. The premium was not merely a sentiment indicator, as it was the engine of the company's capital strategy. It allowed management to raise billions in equity and convertible debt to acquire more Bitcoin, effectively emerging its regulatory arbitrage and benefited from the lack of spot Bitcoin ETF in the US market. But that all of that is now changing. So there's a lot of ETFs launching. And yeah, it's a good question because a lot of these companies that are entering, they maybe they can offer some benefits to the new holders. They're trying to get the market. You know what I mean? Yeah. So basically, he has a huge. They have a competitors right now that they gotta deal with. How they gonna deal with that? I have no idea. Will they be good at it? It's something that we can try to understand and see in the future. Yeah. So that's how it is. we are going to stop right there. That 30 minutes right now is enough for the day. I did not miss. So I'm glad I did not miss the day, honestly. I was kind of like, will I be able to do it? But hey, we did it. We did it. It ended. Okay. Did I get any of the words? Obviously not. So that's basically it, man. I will see you guys. I'll see you guys again. All right. For now,